Hi everybody, my name is Boss Mode Billy. I like to make gaming content as well as other videos. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you love Roblox as much as I do. I'm going to do more gameplay videos and walkthrough tutorials in the future, so make sure you ring that bell for notifications. Welcome back to Obby, but you're on a bike. This is World 45 Gamers. Are you a part of the Boss Mode Nation? Let me know in the comments below if you are Boss Mode. Let's get into it, gamers. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're diving into something really important for personal growth, self-understanding. You know how sometimes you feel like you're just going through the motions of life without any real direction or purpose? That's because most people don't take the time to truly understand themselves and their values. Reflection is key here, and I want to share with you one of my favorite ways to do this, reflecting on your values. When we talk about values, we're talking about what matters most to us in life, our non-negotiables. What gets you out of bed in the morning? What makes you feel fulfilled and happy? For some people, it's family. For others, it's creativity or success. Whatever it is, your values are like a guiding light that can help you make decisions and stay true to yourself. So how do we figure out what our core values are? One way is through journaling. Take some time each day or week to write down what matters most to you. Ask yourself questions like, what am I passionate about? Or what do I stand for? Another way to identify your values and strengths is through meditation. Now, don't worry if you're new to meditation. It's not as scary as it sounds. You can start with just a few minutes a day, focusing on your breath or simply being present in the moment. Meditation helps you tune into your intuition and gain clarity on what truly matters to you. And lastly, feedback from trusted individuals, whether that's a close friend, family member, or mentor, can also give you valuable insights into your values and strengths. I want to share a little exercise with you. Write down 3 things that are non-negotiable for you in life, and then ask yourself why they're so important. Is it because of how they make you feel? Because they align with your sense of purpose? Whatever the reason, this will help you tap into what truly drives you and guide you towards making decisions that align with your values. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Share one thing in the comments below that's non-negotiable for you in life. Let's start reflecting on our values together. Now that we've talked about reflecting on our values, let's dive into another crucial aspect of self-understanding, embracing self-awareness. This is where we get to know ourselves on a much deeper level, not just what we want or believe in, but how we actually think, feel, and behave. Self-awareness is like being your own detective. You're trying to uncover the motives behind your actions, the reasons why you react certain ways, and the thoughts that run through your mind when nobody's watching. It's a journey of self-discovery, and it takes time and effort to develop this level of understanding about yourself. One way to cultivate self-awareness is by paying attention to your emotions. What triggers them? How do they impact your relationships and decision-making? Let me give you an example. Have you ever noticed how sometimes you get really defensive or angry when someone gives you feedback, but then later on, you realize that their words weren't even a big deal? That's because our emotional responses can be super intense in the moment, but often they're not entirely rational. Another way to develop self-awareness is by recognizing your thought patterns. Do you tend to catastrophize or ruminate on negative thoughts? Or do you get caught up in overly optimistic thinking that ignores potential risks? Being aware of these patterns can help you make more informed decisions and interact with others in a more authentic way. Lastly, observing your behaviors is also crucial for self-awareness. What are some habits or tendencies that hold you back from achieving your goals or pursuing your values? For instance, do you tend to procrastinate on tasks that scare you? Or do you overcommit yourself and then feel overwhelmed? One exercise I want to share with you is called emotional labeling. When you notice a strong emotion rising up inside of you, label it out loud. Say, I'm feeling anxious, or I'm feeling frustrated. This simple act can help you detach from the emotion and gain some perspective on what's driving it. Now, I want to challenge you. Take the next 24 hours to pay attention to your emotions, thoughts, and behaviors without judgment. Don't try to change anything just yet. Simply observe how they impact your relationships and decision-making. Write down any insights or patterns that emerge, and we'll explore them further in the next video. Remember, self-awareness is a journey, not a destination. It takes time and patience to develop this level of understanding about yourself, but trust me, it's worth it. Your relationships will deepen, your decision-making will improve, and you'll become more confident in who you are and what you stand for. Now that we've talked about embracing self-awareness, let's dive into building emotional intelligence, a crucial skill for navigating complex social situations with ease and confidence. Emotional intelligence is like having a superpower that helps you understand yourself and others on a deeper level. Cultivating empathy is a key part of building emotional intelligence. Empathy is the ability to put yourself in someone else's shoes and see things from their perspective. It's not just about feeling sorry for someone, but actually understanding where they're coming from. When we practice empathy, we become more patient, more compassionate, and more effective communicators. One way to develop empathy is by actively listening to others. When you're in a conversation, try to focus on the other person's words, tone, and body language. Avoid interrupting or mentally preparing your response while they're speaking. Just listen. You can even ask questions like, "How did that make you feel?" or "What was going through your mind when that happened?" Self-regulation is another important aspect of emotional intelligence. This is about being able to manage your own emotions, especially in challenging situations. When we get upset or angry, it's easy to lash out at others or let our emotions control us. But with self-regulation, we can take a step back, breathe, and respond thoughtfully. Effective communication skills are also critical for building emotional intelligence. This is about being able to express yourself clearly and respectfully, while also listening actively to others. When you communicate effectively, you build trust, resolve conflicts more easily, and foster deeper relationships. One exercise I want to share with you is called perspective taking. Imagine a situation where someone close to you has hurt or offended you in some way. Now, try to put yourself in their shoes and understand why they might have acted that way. What was going on for them? What were they thinking or feeling? Another exercise is to practice empathy statements. When you're in a conversation, try to paraphrase what the other person has said in your own words. This shows that you're actively listening and trying to understand their perspective. For example, if someone says, "I feel really frustrated when you don't respond to my messages," you could say, "Just to make sure I understand, you feel frustrated because you want to hear back from me right away?" Remember, building emotional intelligence takes time and practice. Start by paying attention to your own emotions and how they impact your relationships. Practice empathy, self-regulation, and effective communication skills in low-stakes situations, like conversations with friends or family members. As you work on building your emotional intelligence, I want to challenge you. Take the next week to focus on cultivating empathy in your daily interactions. Ask open-ended questions, listen actively, and try to understand where others are coming from. See how it changes the way you navigate social situations and build connections with others. Now that we've talked about building emotional intelligence, let's dive into fostering a personal growth mindset, a way of thinking that views failures and setbacks as opportunities for growth. This is a game changer for anyone who wants to make progress in their lives. You see, most people approach failure with fear or shame. They might even avoid taking risks altogether because they're afraid of failing. But the truth is, failure is an inevitable part of growth. Every successful person has experienced setbacks along the way, and it's how failures that determines our success. When we adopt a personal growth mindset, we start to view challenges as opportunities for learning and growth. We ask ourselves, what can I learn from this experience? Or how can I use this setback to improve my skills or strategy? One way to foster a personal growth mindset is by reframing failure as feedback. Instead of saying, "I failed," say, "I got valuable feedback that will help me improve next time." This subtle shift in language helps us focus on what we can learn from our mistakes rather than dwelling on the mistake itself. Resilience is also critical for a personal growth mindset. When we face setbacks or failures, it's easy to get discouraged and give up. But resilient people bounce back from adversity, using it as an opportunity to grow stronger and wiser. To develop resilience, try practicing self-compassion. Be kind to yourself when you make mistakes, and remind yourself that everyone fails sometimes. You can even use affirmations like "I am capable of learning from my mistakes" or "I trust myself to bounce back from challenges." Another way to foster a personal growth mindset is by embracing the concept of yet. When we're faced with a challenge, it's easy to say, "I'll never be able to do this." But what if you added the word "yet" to that statement? Suddenly, it becomes, "I'm not good at this yet." This simple change in language helps us focus on our potential for growth and improvement. One exercise I want to share with you is called reversing a negative thought. When you catch yourself thinking a negative or limiting thought, try reversing it into a positive one. For example, if you think, "I'll never be able to learn this new skill," reverse it to "I'm eager to learn and will take the time to master this new skill." Remember, a personal growth mindset is not just about achieving success, it's about embracing the journey of learning and growth. By viewing failures and setbacks as opportunities for growth, you'll become more resilient, adaptable, and open to new experiences. As you work on fostering a personal growth mindset, I want to challenge you. Take the next 2 weeks to approach challenges with curiosity rather than fear. Ask yourself what you can learn from each experience, and be kind to yourself when things don't go as planned. See how it changes your relationships, your work, and your overall sense of fulfillment. As we come to the end of our journey together, I want to leave you with one final topic that's been guiding us throughout this conversation: integrating values into daily life. This is where all the self-awareness, emotional intelligence, and personal growth mindset come together to create a sense of purpose and fulfillment. When your actions, goals, and relationships are aligned with your values, you'll feel a sense of direction and motivation that's hard to shake. You'll be more focused on what truly matters to you, and less likely to get sidetracked by distractions or obstacles. So, how do we integrate our values into daily life? It starts with being intentional about what we prioritize. What are the things that matter most to us? What kind of relationships do we want to nurture? What kind of impact do we want to make? One way to integrate your values is by setting goals that align with them. Ask yourself, what would I need to achieve in order to feel like I'm living in alignment with my values? Then, create a plan for achieving those goals. Another way is to surround yourself with people who share and support your values. When you're around people who understand and appreciate what's important